One morning we heard the ocean singing. Increase in heat leads to decrease in ice. Increase in water to decrease in land. Ice into water, water to ice. Stated changes. Changes of state. Decrease in heat, increase in ice. Decrease in water, then increase in land. Melt at the South Pole, rise in LA, ice into water, not water to ice. So, after all, the ocean whispered, I am the beneficiary of your garbage can, as you are the beneficiary of my abundance. And everybody knows that ice into water, or water into ice, are changes of state. Upon hearing this, we took a world map and drew a present world. It's a probable world. It is said that if all the ice melted, the oceans would rise about 300 feet. So we drew a line as best we could at the 300-foot level and thought about how the land would shrink as the oceans grew. And the waters will rise slowly at the boundary, at the edge, redrawing that boundary continually, moment by moment, all over, all together, all at once. It is a graceful drawing and redrawing, this response to the millennia of the making of fire. And as the waters rise slowly in the Red Sea and the Dead Sea, the Caspian, the North, the Baltic, and the Black, the ocean gyres will redraw themselves, as will the currents and the tides. And over time, gracefully, this rising tide will flow up every river that once flowed down to the sea, and each freshwater tongue will withdraw before the advance of the salt, up the St. Lawrence, the Columbia, the Amazon, the Hudson, the Mississippi, the White Nile and the Blue, the Volga, the Don, the Danube and the Thames, the Seine and the Loire, the Rhone and the Rhine and the Garonne, the Ganges, the Congo, the Tigris and Euphrates, the Elil, the Amur, the Irrawaddy, the Lena, the Potomac and the Snake, and all rivers named and unnamed. And the floodplains that are farmed upon and lived upon will become marshes or swamps or bogs or beds for swollen rivers or shallow inland seas. And the tropics will become uninhabitable as the far north will become more temperate. And corn and rice and wheat and beans and plantain, manioc and yams, and all the grains and starchy roots known and unknown, named and unnamed, will have to grow elsewhere than now. And most life, known and unknown, will have to go elsewhere than now. And as vast parts of the eastern seaboard of the United States, and parts of Europe near the North Sea, and much of South America near the Amazon, and China somewhere, and Russia in some parts, and India and other bits of Asia, Africa, Polynesia, Melanesia, Australia, and Japan will join the growing sea. And in this new beginning, this continuously re-beginning, will you feed me when my lands can no longer produce? And will I house you when your lands are covered with water, so that together we can withdraw as the waters rise?